What's up, YouTube? It's another episode of the Dunces podcast. This one is a special one. It's the draft day. First impressions on the draft today. We got Isandro, we got Jeremy, and we got the last pick of last year's draft. We got Kevin Reyes from Jersey.
You know the vibes.
Yeah, he averaged like 2 points in grade school, and he broke his camera. Nice. Nice. Yeah, he averaged like 2 points, about 8 fouls a game, a lot of technicals. But you know what?
YKTV.
He did a great
He
job.
averaged almost a shot a game, almost.
Yeah, no. Honestly, though, if it wasn't for him, then we wouldn't have, made it back in that game. We could have won. We could have won. Thank you, Kev, for that last year. But
Yes, you're welcome.
we're gonna talk about the draft today. Top 3 picks, as we all kind
I'm
of.
excited to be with the Dunces. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. As we can see today, we got 3 new draft picks. 3 of them that we kind of already knew were going to be the top 3. We got what's these kids' name? We got Anthony Edwards going to Minnesota. We got LaMelo Ball going to Charlotte as a 3rd pick, and then the 2nd pick was James Wiseman to the Golden State Warriors, the Jeremy's Golden State Warriors, who actually just suffered a trade with Klay Thompson. We saw that today. Very, very sad news for them. I'm very sorry for you, Jeremy, for living up to that. But we're going to start off with James Wiseman, guys, because I really want to talk about the Warriors right now, mainly because Jeremy's here. So, Jeremy, how do you feel about James Wiseman?
Bro, for so many years, our best big man for so many years was Andrew Bogut. He was gone. After that, we was running small this whole time. Yes, we had Fetazili, we had a good couple big men, Pascal, but not like a true big man who's able to move like Wiseman. Wiseman is a great center all around, able to move around, and also rebound and play ball when he can play ball. So for real, he's going to develop in the Warriors system. I'm happy, but I'm sad that he won't be able to play with Klay for a while. So
That is true.
And you just sad in general because of Klay, right? It's like
I have no fear. The boy is here, bro. The boy is here. The Dunces, number 17.
Yeah, we did trade down for him. We wanted him, and then now we want to trade him again. But I think that the team that not want to trade for him is the Warriors, like we just said, because they actually have a real big man that can play defense and do everything on the court. So James Wiseman, I think, is a great pickup. I think he's the best player in the draft, honestly. Kev, what do you think? How do you feel about James Wiseman?
I think he's right next to me. He's slightly edges me out a little better, but yeah, I mean, honestly, it depends on the role. I don't think he's gonna be able to flourish, but we'll see what happens.
Wait, do you think that you guys think that he's going to flourish this season? Because he kind of needs to. I think.
Maybe this season now that Klay's gone.
he's gonna start.
But him and Curry on a pick and roll,
Yeah,
Curry will set him up.
he doesn't need a
So
first.
Draymond Green, that might clutter a little. I don't like that.
They're
He's gonna
not.
start. Don't worry.
He doesn't have to because look, they're not gonna do anything this year. They don't have Klay. Look, I didn't believe in the Warriors even when they had Klay. I didn't think that they were gonna be a championship team.
Hey.
Now that
They can make the playoff tournament though.
Well,
And Klay
Jeremy,
comes back
before you
healthy.
say anything, it doesn't matter now
Anything
because they don't have Klay.
Yeah.
So,
Don't matter now. It don't matter.
yeah.
it didn't matter before either.
We'll focus on the now. It doesn't
So
matter
now,
now.
so now I could project them as like a 7 seed, 6 seed team. That's it.
Yeah.
Before they were
But
probably
next year they could challenge,
I think they
right?
can do it.
Do that next year.
Next
It all
year?
depends because an Achilles injury is not something lightly you could take.
Well, wait.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
he's not
not
a big man, so he
confirmed.
can come back.
Hold on.
He's not KD. KD took his
Let's bring
time.
it back real quick. Hold on. There's no
There's no confirmation.
Yeah, they don't know exactly what it is. They just say it's a lower leg injury. They believe it's on his
Mhm.
right knee this time, though. It's not on his left leg. So we'll get on that. But let's talk real quick about Anthony Edwards, who he made a couple of headlines saying that he doesn't really like basketball, that he's just good at it. That's what he was saying. Those are
He
his.
just said that?
So
That's wild.
Timberwolves
So
drafted.
number one draft pick,
Kobe
you see
loves
that?
soccer.
So the Timberwolves drafted him in with the first overall,
That's different.
which is obvious. He was the best player, according to him in the draft. And I believe in him.
Yeah, I think LaMelo's going to be amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now for the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think Anthony Edwards is a perfect fit alongside D'Lo. And
Yeah.
what do you
Because you were
guys?
saying how Wiseman was the best player in this draft, right? But that wouldn't have worked with Minnesota, who had the first pick. So
Yeah. How do you feel, Jeremy, about Anthony Edwards?
It just shows that let's see how they're gonna work out with with deloading. How they gonna work together with that squad. So it's either comes with one thing. It's either they like if this doesn't work out with D-Russ, doesn't work out, you can move on from him and start with him and start with Edwards. It could, it could, it could, it could. But like I said, let's see how that works out, and hopefully it works because Minnesota is an underrated team. It's just their pieces haven't been falling together as they wanted to.
No, they've never been good. Sorry.
I mean,
Yeah, that and they're not good.
Yeah,
I
like
think,
they just haven't been falling together. The pieces though.
what do you think, Kev? Let me go off with you.
I think they need like a coach. It doesn't matter the players, and I think they've proven it. Andrew Wiggins is probably more talented than this guy, but I mean, and Cat is
Could
super
be the
talented,
coach.
but he doesn't. I don't think they know how to win. You know,
That
Jimmy
and
Carr,
just the defensive aspect of it. Like these guys,
that too.
they're
That's part of
very talented offensively, but you saw when Wiggins and Towns were on that team, there just was no defense. There was no effort on the defensive end at all. So maybe it could be another coach coming in there and just drilling into them, or maybe it's just the players that need to step up on that side of their game. You know?
Yeah,
I think Cat's a good defender, or no, not like good, but I think he tries. But the thing is, it's more about than just trying. You have to know how to play basketball and like play a system of defense, and yeah, it's a whole team game. So
yeah.
I think they need a good coach. They have like a new guy. Well, he doesn't really have experience,
He's been there.
so I
For
don't think that's the best situation, but we'll see.
Look, so with Minnesota, I think the D'Lo trade last season was perfect. You know, that's Cat's boy. Like he loves D'Lo. They're really good friends.
Yeah,
So that was
to
an
keep
incentive
him.
for basically Cat to stay, right? Then you go with the rest of the roster. Jarrett Culver, kind of disappointing
That's
rookie.
what I was thinking.
He's a disappointing rookie season, but you know he's still solid. He's averaged about 9 points a game. He's still gonna get better, right? Josh Okogie, great defender for his age. He's young. He's a little on the
Yeah,
side, but he's
Yeah,
great.
I like
she's
him.
underrated.
And then now they have Anthony Edwards, who's very athletic. He can shoot. He's not really good off the dribble, but you know he's a solid player for this team. I think he's perfect. His athleticism is immense, something that him and D'Lo could thrive together. So that's gonna be great. My only issue with Minnesota is their depth. They did acquire Ricky Rubio though to be on their bench, the player that was drafted originally by them. They traded away a few picks and they actually got picks back. So they got Ricky Rubio, the 25th pick, and the 28th pick. So they actually got a few good picks in this year's draft. Ricky Rubio off the bench. So you know Minnesota's making moves. You know
I think that's a great pickup.
yeah, I think so too. I think Ricky Rubio is really going to be a true help for D'Lo. But now on with LaMelo, one of the most famous people in the draft because of his daddy and his brother, who was a second pick. He's in Charlotte. He's playing under Michael Jordan and his team. A lot of guards there too with Devontae Graham, who really broke out last season. Terry Rozier, who's a great defender, and he's doing really well there too. So
I don't think it's great.
how do you think? Yeah, not great, but he's a solid defender for his height and stuff. So how do you guys think LaMelo is going to fare in Charlotte? Let's start off with Kev on this one.
Oof. Well, I think LaMelo on Charlotte. I mean, he's gonna have the keys to that team, which I think is perfect situation for him because he needed that. He can't play like second. I mean, he could have played second fiddle to someone, but at the same time, what's best for him right now, and the way he's been used to playing, kind of since high school and in Australia, and even Latvia, like he's the team. So he's gonna learn how to do that and keep doing it in the NBA, but at the same time take a step back and give it to someone like Graham, who was nice last year. And then he has a good big man, I think, in PJ Washington. I like him. He was solid. And they still have Miles Bridges. He's there. So I think they have good pieces for him to build around, but at the same time, the Hornets actually they get some like cap relief. Like I think next year, like next summer, they're gonna have mad money because Nicholas Batum and a bunch of other people come off. So then they can maybe sign a few free agents or get better in the draft and then start building a team. But I think that is like a rebuilding team, kind of.
That's a great.
It is.
That's a great start to have LaMelo Ball, who I think they were saying he's the best player in the draft. I don't believe it. I still think it's Wiseman, but I think LaMelo Ball is the best pure point guard, and he's 6'7". Like this kid is he's gonna be great. Like
Yeah, tough.
he's the one that you kind of want to hand your franchise to, I guess. Especially a team like Charlotte, right? Who kind of needs that player who's gonna be like box office, and he's mainly box office because of all the fame he's gotten before, right?
Yeah,
Like
superstar.
no one ever has gone through what he did at such a young age, and Charlotte needed that type of guy. So I think Lamelo is going to be great. They got a good, solid young core. My only issue is with Devonte Graham. How is that going to work? Because Devonte Graham was really good on the ball, but I know that he's used to playing off the ball as well. But he also is very young. He's not young, but he's like around 25, and he's already
So he
like.
knows how to play.
So will that be like a trade incentive for him? A good 6 man under the team? You never know. But Lamelo Ball, great pickup for Charlotte. What do you think, Jeremy? Did you want him on Golden State?
No.
No,
No.
I don't think that would have worked though.
No.
I
Sorry.
agree with you.
Like, don't get me wrong. Out of the Ball brothers, he's the best brother.
Yeah,
He's the best one, hands down.
for sure.
Better than Lonzo, better than Jello. He's the best one. My respects to him. I'm happy for him that he's actually gonna be part of a rebuilding team, especially because the last great point guard they had was Kemba Walker. That's it. And unfortunately, Kemba Walker didn't work out because they couldn't make it past the first round, unfortunately.
You're right.
But at least, like, in talking what Kevin said, they have a good young core, and it wouldn't be a rush for Melo. Melo will at least develop more as a player, because we're not gonna expect much from the Hornets anyways in the first season. We're not. So it's gonna be see how he plays, how he shows.
He's gonna have so much room to grow.
Remember, he's played in Australia. He played in Europe.
Yeah.
We see how he played already in the highlights already by itself. So let's see how he translates that game to the NBA in the best league in the world.
Yeah. And what do you think, Isandro? How do you feel about Lamelo?
Yeah, like he's gonna have so much room to grow. And I was just thinking this can be kind of similar to Trae Young's situation at the Atlanta Hawks, how they just gave him the keys. And first half of the season maybe wasn't the best. He was still decent. Luka was way better, and then he just blew up in the second half of the season. I could see something very similar happening to LaMelo in these circumstances, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, that's the thing about guards, right? Especially young guards. Whenever they get into to the NBA, they usually struggle. Trae Young, like you said, that's a perfect example. Like when he first wasn't as good, but after that All-Star break, he turned into something crazy. Like it wasn't the same guy. But then you see other players with like Dennis Smith Jr., right? Like his first season he was solid, but he was very inconsistent, and then he just dropped off. So, but I believe LaMelo Ball has way more upside. I think he is the second best player in this draft behind Wiseman, and I'm really excited to see what's going on there in Charlotte, But there's also a lot of other teams, a lot of players that were drafted around, But was there anybody in specific that maybe made you guys surprised, that got you guys like, why did he get picked so late? Why was he picked so early? Anybody? No?
I think honestly, speaking about the Hawks, I don't like that pick. They picked I don't even know how to say his name. Anyeke Okongwu. But I feel like they already have big men, Capella and Collins, and I love Collins. And then to add another guy who just can't even score, he's just a defender and like a high energy dude. But it doesn't really make sense how it'll fit. Maybe they had to trade one, but I don't think they should let go of Collins.
Well, Okongwu is actually a center though, so I think he's gonna be great behind Clint Capella. I think Okongwu is probably the second best center in the draft though. Like he's that good. Okongwu, bro. Well, you'll see. Like once he starts, he's basically like another Clint Capella. Like you just get a good guard with him, and he's gonna. But I think he's gonna be like his ceiling is way bigger than Capella is. But no, Okongwu. Okay. I like the pick at least. What do you guys? I don't think you guys know who Okongwu is, right? Sandro and Jeremy. Yeah, no. Well, he's. I believe in Okongwu. But I know there was other picks that were like kind of this kid from Washington. I don't know if you guys know Denny Avia. Do you know who that kid is from Europe? So this kid,
that dude
from Israel, right?
I believe, yeah. So
yes.
I think with him, I think his hype came because of how great Luka is. It's kind of like when Kristaps got drafted, and then the next season the Phoenix Suns drafted Dragon Bender. Like like this is the next coming to Kristaps. Like, no, that's not how it works. But with this kid, I think he's gonna be good, but I don't think he's gonna be as great as they want him to be. But I believe that Washington got a solid pick. with him at the pick that they got him. I don't know if Washington is going to do anything with him. I feel like they should have traded that pick because if they really want to compete,
Yeah, that was a good asset, I think.
yeah,
But at the same time, I was hearing videos about scouts like overseas, and they were saying that, and the player who played with him, and he was saying that he's been like facing different competition since he was 17, just like Luka.
yeah,
So he's played NBA like high level basketball and like developed and adapted to it, and he went into the FIBA Olympics the 20 or like the year before, and he did pretty good. I think he went like at least quarterfinals, but it was still pretty solid, for a guy, only 17, 18 years old. I think he's 19 right now.
yeah.
So I think he's a good player, but we'll see.
I got a question. What do you guys think about Cole Anthony?
Oh, I love him. I loved him in UNC. He's my. I like the North Carolina Tar Heels. That's my team.
That's the only reason you like him.
However,
He's not that good.
I don't think. Yeah, I think he's very.
Bias.
I think he's very inconsistent. And
He was dirty in high school, but not.
yeah,
I don't think he has what it takes.
I think the fact that his dad is Greg Anthony and that he played for the Knicks and all that, like it would have been a great storyline for him on the Knicks. But Cole Anthony, he's a solid bench player. Like he's gonna. I think that's his ceiling. He'll always be a bench player. But I like him a lot because in North Carolina he did a whole lot of things for us, and I really appreciate him for that.
Well, what do you guys think about who the Knicks did actually end up picking? If it wasn't this guy.
Obi Toppin. I like him. I do. I think him, RJ Barrett, and Mitchell Robinson, that's a great not a great, but a solid three young players that they could build around. The only thing is he is older. He's 22.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's like, but that's still young. I think Obi Toppin is a great pickup. The only thing is the Knicks are a bad organization, and they'll probably sign like 50 other power forwards. But as of right now, he's a great pick. What do you think, Kev?
I think Obi. I think he's a good scorer. Like he's like a street player, kind of like just throw him the ball and he'll like carry your team. He'll get you buckets. But in the NBA, that it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah.
He was an efficient scorer though. I was seeing like his stats in college. Like he was like the most efficient scorer, which is impressive, obviously. But at the same time, you're not going to get as easy buckets in the NBA because he doesn't really shoot, and he plays like a power forward as they used to. Like driving in and just bully ball. But that doesn't really work in the NBA. You're not going to be able to bully ball, or you won't get the touches to do it. And then even on the Knicks, where there is no spacing because RJ Barrett can't shoot, and neither can Mitchell Robinson. So then it's just like, what are we doing? I mean, he's not going to get that. I don't think it's a good situation. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think the Knicks should have taken a guard like Kalayan Hayes.
Should have taken
That's what they need. But then again, they've hit or missed on a bunch of draft picks, so I don't know.
Like I think whenever they draft a player that has so much potential, and then they just ruin it. They ruin the potential. Kevin Knox.
Nah, chill. Porzingis was amazing.
Yeah, but that was because
Porzingis.
But everybody else, who else? Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, like these guys, they had potential, but they just ruined it. Like they don't know how to develop that player. Obi Toppin, I feel like he's one of those players that doesn't really need a whole lot of development, but he'll definitely need development, in the NBA because he's a power forward, a big that he's gonna get bullied a lot, and he might not be used to it, and the Knicks might just be like, all right, just take over, and it's like that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. And another thing is Tom Thibodeau. He's their head coach, and he doesn't like playing young guys. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes over there.
Yeah, that's not really gonna work.
But yeah,
Knicks are a lost cause, y'all.
Yeah, man. And then there's also been a few minor trades around the NBA. We saw the Nets. They're doing so many things. We got Landry Shamet.
I like that shooter.
See Landry Shamet on our team. Luke Kennard is actually going to the Clippers, though. Great shooter, solid.
I think he's good. I like him.
So, yeah, I think that's a great pickup for the Clippers. And I also think that means an exit for Lou Will. I believe that they're going to trade Lou Williams. For who? I don't know, but I think
they need something good in return, though.
Yeah.
Because Lou was pretty consistent. It was just that playoff series he didn't.
Yeah.
You want him
Yeah,
on
he
the
just didn't show up
Warriors?
for the last one.
Will is not going to the Warriors, bro. Warriors.
Why would he go to the Warriors?
Yeah, no. But
But Jeremy wants everybody to go to the Warriors.
Bro, they can't even pay. You know how much they're paying luxury tax? $63 million
that's
for a team
insane.
that might not even contend.
So, speaking about the Warriors now, real quick though, I just want
Andrew
to
Wiggins though, don't give up on them.
I want to get your takes on Klay Thompson. Like, just this is the second season where he's gonna be basically out. Last season, it was heartbreaking watching him go down in the finals, and then being out this entire season, even through the pandemic. And they were saying, he's coming back, he's gonna come back stronger, and then boom, he hurts himself again. So obviously Jeremy is crying, but how important is this for the Warriors in the long term? Maybe not this upcoming season because we're not expecting much out of them anymore, but in the long term, do you think this injury will really affect them? Like, and especially Klay Thompson himself.
I think the back-to-back injuries, yeah.
Will they ever be able to win another championship if Klay Thompson is not the same?
I don't think Klay Thompson will ever be the same.
Damn.
Yeah, I think the effects of having those back-to-back injuries, especially one was an ACL and this one's looking pretty serious as well. There's rumors that it's an Achilles, something having to do with the heel. Two back-to-back crazy injuries like that, it's not going to be good for any player.
But I do think, hold on, but I do think because Curry and Klay Thompson's games, they translate where they can still be effective and valuable, even though they're old and your bodies don't.
Yeah, Klay can just catch and shoot, and he'll still average 20 a game, no doubt.
And exactly, and Curry too. He's a great handler, so they know how to play basketball, so they don't need to rush. They can come into their sets, even though they were known for that transition pace and just transition coming up and shooting a three. They don't even need to do that. They have a bunch of great plays like backdoor screens and just screens in general, off ball. But I do think that the Warriors have a lot of talent around them. Now that with James Wiseman and Andrew Wiggins, who I'm not writing off because I feel like Steve Kerr can get the best out of him. He's way more talented than Harrison Barnes. So I think he can.
Obviously, Jayson doesn't think so. Jayson disagrees.
Yeah. Don't hate. My boy can do a 720 dunk, bro. That's insane.
720 dunk on 2K, bro. Look, Wiggins sucks. Wiggins is trash.
Yo, this ain't 2K, homie.
Look, I think the Warriors. Look, even if they did have Klay this season, I didn't think they were gonna be a championship team. I think they would have been
bugging. No way.
Nor Brooklyn. Well, I'm not saying that.
Listen. They would have been.
Warriors wouldn't be Brooklyn, but they would be championship.
They would be contenders in the West, but they would not make it to the Western Conference Finals if they're going up against the Clippers or the Lakers in that second round.
Dude, we bully the Clippers all the time.
I'm telling you right now. Right now,
right now it's different though. Like
right now. I feel like there's no
point
point in putting energy to these discussions about what Warriors this, Warriors that.
Okay, exactly. No,
we're not gonna see it.
So we can't say nothing about it.
You just called the Warriors irrelevant.
So
this season.
My point is that especially now. Look, they might not even make the playoffs, and that's
I think they're underdogs.
No, yeah, they're gonna make.
No. Playoffs, they will make it. They will.
Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs, but they're not.
You're gonna make it far? I don't think so.
I think you're underestimating Steph Curry. And
no, I'm not.
No, we know Steph Curry is gonna be amazing.
Listen, Andrew Wiggins, I think they're gonna get the best out of him again.
I believe
James Wiseman, they never had a good big man.
Look. The only reason why we just gotta see that Andrew Wiggins gotta step up. He has to step it up now.
No, that's not the only reason why. The only
he has to step it up because we lost play already. We lost play. He gotta step it up.
Listen,
so Andrew better step. He gotta.
You got Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Wiggins, and Wiseman. Look, Wiggins is very inconsistent. He'll always be inconsistent. No one ever gonna change that with him. That's on himself. If Wiggins wants
he averages 20 points a game.
No, it's inefficiently he scores 20 points a game. Draymond Green can't do anything on offense, and all he'll do is he'll guide the ball.
In that system, he is great.
Look, in that system, it works with two guys who can shoot. Curry is the only guy who can actually shoot on that lineup. Wiseman can't shoot. He's too young. He's going to be learning. Draymond Green, all he can do is run and then pass the ball to Steph because that's the only guy he's going to trust. Wiggins is going to pull up from everywhere and miss like 50% of the time. And who's going to be their shooter?
That sounds like it could happen.
I
still think Curry leads them to – Curry is too nice, bro. Like,
they're going to have Jordan Poole.
You're sleeping on him. You're forgetting how good he was.
They're going to have Kai Bowman off their bench. They have no bench. Kevon Looney, that's it. they're nothing. They're not going to do anything. I don't believe they make the playoffs this season, and they're done. The West is too stacked. I believe Phoenix is better than them already this upcoming season. They're
Whoa, that's wild.
not going to do anything.
Yo, these are some bold claims.
You said what?
You know
Said-
what?
You
though?
just-
You know what though?
Did I-
You
That
just
Phoenix team
spat.
is looking
You
nice
just
though.
Listen,
spat in
Jayson.
Jeremy's face.
Listen,
You just
that
spat in
Phoenix is
Jeremy's
looking
face.
nice.
we
Nice,
just
though.
talked about this recently about
Yeah, I think we should say
and
this for
Phoenix
another.
will make the playoffs, but will they be better than Golden State? No, they won't.
Nah,
But
chill.
one,
Chris
there's
Paul,
one thing
bro.
Phoenix
Chris
doesn't
Paul.
have. They don't have experience in the playoffs.
Yes, they do.
We
They
know
have-
how to
Chris
You got to
Paul-
know how to win.
Chris
You don't know
Paul
how to
can
win
win you a
playoffs. We
game.
do.
He can win you a series.
So look,
Remember, one
He almost
chip,
beat
two
the
chips,
Warriors if he
wait,
hadn't
wait,
gotten
3
injured.
chips,
wait.
He would have beaten
and
the
with the
Spurs if he
same
hadn't
lineup,
gotten injured.
almost similar lineup.
So hold
So-
on.
All right,
Let me tell you why the Warriors won't look. If they do make the playoffs, they make 8th seed. They're not going to do anything. They have Curry, who is great, the best player on the team. That's it. Other than that, you got Draymond Green averaging 6 points, 8 rebounds, and like 10 assists. Solid. You got Wiggins, the most inconsistent player ever. He's going to do nothing. Or he's going to do something like 40 games, and then the other 40 games he's going to do whatever. You got Wiseman, who's learning. Then you have nothing. Jordan Poole, Kai Bowman, Kevon Looney. Who else do you have? Who's
I
going
have no
to
idea who's on that Warriors team.
so my point is that
That's my
the
previous
reason
point.
why they were so good these past few years, they had depth and they had players like Clay and all these guys, and they all worked well together. This next season, they don't have Clay. From what it's looking, they're gonna have a bunch of these guys that don't really know how to play together. So there's nothing that you can expect from them. I don't believe they're making the playoffs. The West is too stacked. If they do make the playoffs, who's coming out? The Rockets, because they're trading away all these guys? Probably not.
They still haven't traded anyone.
Exactly.
Yo,
They
did Jayson just shut up Jeremy?
They have no reason to trade all these guys yet. So look,
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna because we have to see how they play out too. I'm not gonna say nothing.
So
You're
you
right.
don't have faith in your team. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. You don't have faith in your own team.
And mark my words, YouTube, they will not make the 8th seed. It will be a 7th or 6th seed.
wow. Okay, yeah.
Mark my
They won't
words,
make the
YouTube.
8th seed. They'll make a 7th seed.
They'll make 7th.
Gotcha.
Mark his words.
I don't believe it. Look,
You heard it here
I like
first.
the Warriors, but
You
I
heard it here first, guys.
really think Klay Thompson is really important for them. So, but I am very happy for them with drafting Wiseman. I'm very happy for Charlotte. I'm very happy for Minnesota. I'm very happy for all these teams. You know, all these young guys, especially during the pandemic. And this is just one step closer to the NBA season restarting. So it's really exciting. A lot more trades set to happen very soon, hopefully.
We'll see what happens.
Yo,
The agency is coming up.
Kevin Reyes been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Who?
Kevin Reyes.
No, definitely not.
Oh my, what? Another trade?
Yeah,
Yo, the Dunces didn't want me, guys.
no. Oh, yeah, we want to trade
We did a
Hit us
sign
with
and
that retro
trade.
jersey.
No, but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining today. You guys, I appreciate the Dunces. Please, everyone who's watching, like, subscribe, and hit that like button. We
Stay tuned for our next video. We're gonna talk about all the trades going on, what's gonna happen after tonight. It's gonna be interesting, and we're gonna have a lot of contenders, pretenders talk, and we'll give you the real deal, like the Suns being better than the Warriors. No cap.
Which is a fact, yeah. We'll talk about that.
Which is a fact, sure. I gotta give that. So
I believe.
Jeremy gave up.
it could be, it could be. I could be wrong too.
We'll talk about it later on.
I could be back about it. I just know the Nets. Hopefully, the Nets have the same success as the Golden State. I hope.
We will, because we're gonna win. But we have free agency coming up on Friday. We'll see what happens there. Well, there's so many more things happening
Exciting times.
today, but we're very excited. So thank you guys so much again for joining, and we'll check y'all out. Peace.